Hi, and thanks for tuning in to our live radio show. Moments of Clarity with Tiffany will begin in just a few moments. Please stay tuned. Kindly take this opportunity to share this show on your platforms because change can only come when we stand together as one, especially when it comes to ending the stigma on mental health.
You are not alone, and help is out there.
Kids have mental health issues, and we also need to learn coping skills.
Let's get started and let the show begin. See you soon.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hello, everyone, and thanks for watching. This is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And I'm very excited to have a wonderful guest who's taken his time out of his busy schedule to be here to help end the stigma on mental health and talk about mental health and support ending all changes of mental health, and because change can only come when we stand together as one. And before the radio show starts, I want to introduce John Farley.
Tiffany, before I like to start, I want to say, now it clicks. Moments of clarity. What a great tune.
Oh, I get it. Moments
of clarity. Hi, everybody. I'm John Farley. God dang, I was watching the whole montage. It was great. And there was one clip in there I saw. There was a girl, and she was lying in bed, and she had her head on a pillow. You just see her eyes, and you could see over her shoulder the guy in the bed with her.
Yeah.
You know, whatever it was. And I was just picturing what she was thinking, because she had a look of worry. And I just pictured Jennifer going, "Oh my God, he's farting again."
Jennifer, your wife? No.
My wife hates it, my snoring and my farting.
So John's been on this show before.
I have, Jeff.
And Jenny's my cousin, and John's her husband. So we kind of get to pressure him into.
Yep, there's Jen.
Gospel Power Show. Okay, tune in on the Tan Talk Radio Network.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
No cussing.
Welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner, licensed mental health counselor in the state of Florida. Moments of Clarity's mission is to educate and end the stigma on mental health through the inspirational stories of our exceptional guests. You can join in the show by calling Tiffany toll-free at 866-826-1340 or on Facebook and Twitter at MOC with Tiffany. Now, here's Tiffany Werhner.
Hello and welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and your host. And today we're going to be ending the stigma on mental health with a celebrity. And he's well known as the younger brother of Chris Farley, Saturday Night Live's Chris Farley. But John has made a very wonderful career for himself. I'm so proud and amazed and honored to have him as a cousin and in my family, and always makes things fun, and married to my beautiful favorite cousin Jennifer. So with 3 beautiful kids and so much. And before I formally introduce my guest, I want to say hi to Ed. Hi, Ed.
Hey, happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. You remember John from before?
John, how you doing?
Ed, how are you, pal? What's going down?
How are things out there today?
Oh, in sunny California, it's going to be a balmy 72 degrees and sunny. I mean, not too shabby. It's not pretty good.
Yeah, I was watching a couple of, because I didn't have the audio feed for the last couple of minutes because the station has the feed. But you guys were like bouncing back and forth and doing this and doing that. I'm thinking, what's going on over there? Yeah?
I tend to be animated when
very, very animated.
Oh, my God. I can't. Literally, when I do movies and stuff, I'll do a take and the director goes, "That was great, John. You did a really good job. How about the next take? Before we do the next take, why don't you take a couple laps around the building?" And that should hopefully calm you down.
And then we'll do it the way I drew it up.
Yeah, this is a funeral scene, John. Not many people are sweating like that.
It was good to see you again.
I tend to be, I have to always, I don't know, keep my hands down when I do auditions and stuff, because I always I do this when I can't remember lines.
USA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thanks, guys. You can call in 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340, and please say hi to Ed when you do. And
yes. Ed, are you down in Florida too?
Yeah, he's in the studio where I'm supposed to be, but 10 minutes away. I just went virtual because of COVID.
Yeah.
You got a lot of love in the audience, and
I love
it. If you have a question, you can leave a comment here, and an effort will be made to read your question live. Those listening on the radio, we're on YouTube. Just look up Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. We're on live. Same with LinkedIn Live and Twitter, as well as Facebook at MOC with Tiffany. And lots of love from India on Jason.
Yeah, I'm big.
Yeah. Apparently, so is the show.
Tiffany, before we start, I gotta say you look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
Yes, you did. You look really good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. To Florida's weather must be wonderful. Hello, everyone. Oh, is that you writing that?
That was my word before. Thank you, Mr. John Farley, for being Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Very excited to see you live.
And how?
David Kent, which I'm assuming is Melissa. It's going to be a great show today.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for watching off of YouTube. We've got views on Facebook, and more will show as we go on.
Ed.
So, let me introduce
with this COVID, you've become quite computer savvy, I must say. You're clicking like a champ over there.
So anyway, John Patrick Farley.
That's me.
Is an American actor, producer, and comedian, and the youngest brother of Saturday Night Live's beloved celebrity movie star and comedian Chris Farley, who sadly passed away December 18th at the young age of 33.
Wait, what happened? Kidding, sorry.
John has received many roles from his older brother, Saturday Night Live alums such as Adam Sandler, David Spade, and Rob Schneider. And his notable work and film work includes Waterboy, Benchwarmers, and he has a small roles in things Adam Sandler movies like Don't Mess with the Zohan, David Spade's Joe Dirt, Almost Heroes, and Extreme Movie. And he appears on many episodes of Frank TV and a sitcom, Rules of Engagement, which popped up. By the way, we were just kind of watching that, and they're like, "There's Johnny." It's like an Easter egg. In 2015, he appeared with his brother in the documentary "I Am Chris Farley," and he's married with three beautiful kids, beautiful wife. How'd you marry her? No, I'm just kidding.
I don't
Beautiful
know.
wife.
Maybe trapped her.
The documentary "I Am Chris Farley" came out, and it's a beautiful tribute to your brother. And I know that you lost your father shortly after, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But welcome to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, John Farley.
Yes, moments of clarity. Now we've got. So this is great. I'm John Farley. I am not a licensed therapist, or you should not take advice. This is just me and my learning curve of life. That's all I have, people. God's sakes, take my advice with a grain of salt.
Well, you're not here to give advice.
Ever call my voicemail, Tiffany? I always it's on there. I say, if this is a life-threatening emergency, please hang up and dial 911 immediately. I am not a doctor. I thought that was a fun one. And then once you do a outgoing voice message, I usually forget about it, so I don't realize I have to change it eventually, but I haven't changed that in 10 years. Pretty funny.
I think I need to change mine too and update it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
all right. Anyway, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here.
I've experienced sudden loss. I found my mom on the bathroom floor, brain aneurysm, and she never woke up. Shortly lost grandparents and my father within a period of 4 or 5 years. And I know you lost your brother and found him as well. And sudden loss impacts us mentally, like it does a trauma. And I know that must have been really hard. And you lost your father shortly after. I assume that must have been very hard for you. And I know you always say to me when I ask you about it, that you use comedy to cope. But completing the documentary, "I Am Chris Farley," and talking about your brother must have been very therapeutic without even realizing it.
Yeah, of course. It was very therapeutic. The very first, we did 2 of those documentaries. I Am Chris Farley, and I think I don't know what the second one's name was. I think I Am Chris Farley 2. But the first one was great because I like both of them, mind you. But the first one had like a storyline. We went, how they wanted to do it was they wanted to get an old Cadillac like my dad used to drive. My dad only drove Cadillacs only because he was a large man, and the Cadillacs didn't have now all these cars have that center console thing, and my dad didn't like that because he wanted to kick his feet out once in a while because he drove. That's what his job was, driving town to town. So we in the documentary we had an old Cadillac driving around Madison, so we had kind of a through line of a little story of my brother Kevin, who worked for my dad, and Chris worked for my dad, driving through Madison and looking at old haunts of the Farley family. I'm the youngest of the 5, and
I'm gonna ask about that later, but go on.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know there was a syllabus. I didn't get it.
No. Just
is there
I didn't even interrupt. So you're the youngest of 5. Go on.
Oh, Tiffany. I'm the youngest of 5. Chris was the middle child, always the one that needs attention. And our older 2 are Tommy and Barbara Ann is the oldest of my sister. And we're about 8 years, 5 kids. Hailed in Madison, Wisconsin, which is a great little town. It's hit the old number top 10 40 years in a row, and like a couple of number 1s. So Madison's a great town to grow up in. And we very cold though. You guys wouldn't understand that in Florida, but
only a couple weeks out of the year, pretty much.
Probably just a number to you, but negative 14 degrees with a wind chill of like negative 20. That gets a little chilly. That takes your breath away a little bit, Tiff. Mm-hmm. So, and we always had to like shovel out my next door neighbor, who was an 80-year-old woman. And if we didn't shovel well and she fell, we'd be in trouble. So we're all like, somebody's got to do it well. So
that's probably what makes you so grounded and humble.
I am not grounded or humble.
Yes, you are.
Huge.
I'm the licensed. I'm going to be.
That's right. You're the licensed. I'm not. All right.
You are
That's true.
for the success and everything. It's never gone to your head, and even with your kids, you and Jennifer, sorry, keep them very grounded as well. When I came out to visit with my kids as well, I think that was the first time I wanted to go see Chris Farley's Star, just because it was
Yeah, wasn't that
and
cool? That was fun.
that was
Tiffy,
the
you
first
came out to
time.
Hollywood, and we went and we looked at Chris's Star. We went around to the there it is. I took my kids to that. That was pretty fun to go see
There
that.
you go.
We had that Star was great. We had it in front of the Chinese theater there, right in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard, and where it is now.
They moved it.
Well, no, they didn't move it. It was beautiful real estate, and the lady that owned Improv Olympic, which is a comedy store that we all started in Chicago, Illinois, had a outlet, had a Improv Olympic West in Hollywood, and it happened to be way down Hollywood Boulevard, in front of way down there. You're looking about a quarter of a mile away from the Chinese theater, which is where all the handprints are, all the cool Clark Gable and all the big ones. And so we're like, all right, I get, but we have a pretty good place right in front of Chinese theater. And she goes, please move it in front of the Improv Olympic. It's where Chris started. It is where Chris started. And it was just a bar then. It wasn't even a facility. So we were like, all right. So we moved it down there. And 2 years ago, she folded shop and was like, we're not going to do the West one. We'll just keep it in Chicago. I'm like, but we moved the Star. Now it's like
now it's not a comedy.
Now it's like outlet clothing store for hookers on Hollywood Boulevard, which is great.
But a lot of people go there.
Yeah. So we but the Chris Star is still there, and
It was hard to get that, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's only 2,000, I think, 2,500 stars out there.
Wasn't there some controversy because of how he passed or something that they were giving?
Yeah, I can't remember. My brain doesn't work that well there, Tiffany.
What I remember is that because of any substance use or whatever, they were kind of on the fence. But then you guys made a point of Marilyn Monroe's out there, Jim Belushi, things like that.
Okay. I guess that was one, and he was one of the first Saturday Night Live's star to get a star. And I believe you have to petition to get a star, and I don't know who did. None of us did, but there was a petition out there that everyone signed, and if you get enough signatures, there's a guy called the Mayor of Hollywood. I'm the Mayor of Hollywood, and I don't know if it's a real political official title, but he's the guy that runs all the star. He runs the whole thing. I'm sure he's got a seat somewhere in the house of.
Yeah.
But he agreed and said, okay, yeah, you're right, and gave us Chris was the first star from Saturday Night Live, or one of the first.
And there was a lot of his buddies and alums that that were speaking at the Star as well.
Yeah, that was fun. We had Sandler, he was up there. We had Spade, Schneider, Tom Arnold, Norm Macdonald was there. God bless Norm. He passed away. And then we had, so we had a lot of fun. It was a good time. Mom came out. It's always nice. See, she's the one that she doesn't really, now she doesn't have that. She was the queen bee of Hollywood, but you would never know it. And now that, Chris passed away and I'm no Chris Farley, she doesn't have that, but she has the allure of, I don't know what it would be like. That would be like, she's very humble. She's the humble one. She could
you guys all
open up any door in Hollywood. People would bow to her in Hollywood, but you'd never know it.
I want to stop you for a second. You said, I'm no Chris Farley. No, you're John Farley.
Yes, exactly.
Yourself, not just because you're related, but because you're very talented all on your own.
I had to find my own way, Tiffy. Definitely. I couldn't do nobody can do Chris Farley the way he did. But I did try.
But you do John Farley.
I know. I tried though. I failed a lot of auditions trying to, because I didn't know how to act. None of us did. We're all come from. My dad was a asphalt salesman, so Chris goes, "I want to be an actor. I'm going to be a comedian." I'm like, "Okie dokie, have fun with that, Chris."
He would do some fun stuff that you would tell me, like that you guys would just be walking in the airport and he would just slip and fall on purpose, and people would be like, "Is he okay?" So that
the
would
good,
be
great story is where Christopher, they love to get me going, because I don't do well in airports. I get a little antsy. I'm fine on the flight, but it's the whole check-in and the security gates and stuff like that, and the memories. I freaked out a little bit. We're flying, Chris, Kevin, and me. We're flying to San Francisco, and I'm like panicky. And they're like, "We're going to miss the flight." They egg me on. And I go, "Gosh, let's go. We're going to miss the flight." And then I started, I was kind of abrupt at yelling at the baggage, the ticket guy that did, you check your bag and they gave me a ticket. And I cut in line. I didn't cut in line. I went in front of a guy. And Kevin and Chris go, "Johnny, this guy's in front of me." I go, "Is he in first class?" Guy goes, "Yeah." "Oh, sorry." And then I started yelling at the baggage guy.
That's when you get your whole stuff checked, like, and they make you late on purpose if you start with TSA.
Yeah, don't ever yell at the guy that's checking your ticket and checking your bag in. When you check your bag in, Chris and Kevin's bag went to San Francisco and mine went to Morocco, I believe. And so, when we landed in San Francisco, I was like, I knew it. I knew that baggage guy did something, and they were all like yelling. And they go, "Well, Chris and Kevin were like, well, let's get a secure, manager." So manager came over, and I'm like, "Yeah, he was pretty rude, and I know he put my bag to Morocco or something." And then he was abrupt, and he wouldn't give me my ticket right away, and we almost missed our flight. And then Chris chimes in, and he called me fat. He makes things up. He didn't. I think he did. He said, "Here's your ticket, Patty. I hope you have a fun, fat time in San Francisco." I think that's what he said. And the manager was like, "Really?" He said, "Here's your ticket, fatso?" Yeah, he said that. And I was like, "Oh, well, now I'm never going to get my bag because now they're going to be like, oh, this is a big investigation here." So I never got my bag.
Call me fat.
and he called me fat. Oh, my God. What's the bell for?
Anytime you say moments of clarity or you say something I agree with, they just get a bell.
Oh, cool.
Positive reinforcement.
This is like Glenn Ross. I love it.
I forgot to tell you in the beginning. Anyways, time for a first break, John. Time for a commercial break to pay a tribute to our sponsors. And
we're gonna do that now?
Yeah, we have a couple of them, and the sponsors are what makes the show go.
Real quick, my in-laws, they come over to the house sometimes and ring those bells till I go, "What the hell are you doing?" They go, "We're getting the spirits out of the house." I'm like, "Spirits in the house? Are they mad?" And why are all ghosts from the 1800s? Why isn't there a guy that said I got hit by a Amtrak train looking at my iPad? But it's always some guy from a mine. with a mining tool.
That way.
"I'm gonna haunt you." All right. Sorry.
On that note, we'll haunt you when we get back from our break. Just please stay tuned with Moments of Clarity after this break.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
If you're a show host, gamer, live streamer, podcast host, or radio show host that would like your message to get out and reach up to 30 platforms, then there's an affordable way to do that. It's called Restream. Restream makes it easy to broadcast professional live videos from your browser to multiple social platforms at once. Start your live show with guests, brand it with logos and overlays, and create an interactive experience for your audience. Learn more at Restream.io and mention Moments of Clarity for special offers.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werhner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Werhner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Werhner.
Hello, welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we have a special guest who's an actor, comedian, producer, the youngest brother of Saturday Night Live's and Hollywood stars Chris Farley. But my guest is very, very talented all on his own, and and has gone through a lot, and still chin up and everything. I'm very proud of him, and to be part of his family. Welcome back, John Farley.
Hey, Tiffany. I've been through a lot. There's been a lot, but the trash piles up, and you just got to keep walking through it.
What I say about it is it's not what happens to us that defines our character. It's how we react to it.
Yes, exactly. There's no, you got to react in some way, shape, or form. I always thought about that. I was thinking
a lot of people victimize themselves, and a lot of people are survivors. And you're a survivor.
Yeah. Do you ever think of like the dumbest person? 9:30. Oh, I thought I committed that. You ever think about the dumbest person on earth, Tiffany? The guy that's just staring at leaf on the road or asphalt brick and just like nothing. Even that guy has got some sort of feelings. I was thinking about this the other day. He's got to have ups and downs. The guy that's like, I don't know anything about feelings or what's going on. He's got to have something.
Yeah, so, everybody has something.
Yeah, because
people that just say that they don't have something, they're lying, or they have something that it's scary, like sociopath, or
maybe they're not lying. Maybe they just don't understand what a feeling looks like. So it's kind of interesting. They probably just don't. They've never seen it, felt it before. Like, I don't know what that is. Why do I feel happy? Why is that bird making me happy? So they probably just don't understand. They just don't get it. But everybody has feelings. So I think Tiffany wanted to talk about when I found my brother, who passed away as well, in Chicago, Illinois, back in the day when I was December 18th, 1997.
We kind of skirted away from that question.
I know we skirted away, so I won't skirt away from it, too.
But I don't like to put my guests on the spot ever. So if
That's
you don't
all
want
right. I don't mind. Okay. I did it was me that found Chris. I was with him that week. And it was a tough one. That and making a phone call to your parents is a very difficult thing to have to say, you're used to saying, everything's going great. We had turkey and chicken, and the buffet had Caesar salad, but to have to call and be like, hey, hi. And then, I'm the youngest, so you've never said it before. Trust me. Well, I mean, some of us have. I have now. I have to make that phone call, and that was the toughest. That was very difficult, and you felt so. Luckily, I have brothers and sisters, which is tough for you, Tiffy, because you've only got a brother. You got a brother left, but you've lost a lot. And I still have. I come from a family of 5, so I have a lot. And I just was waiting in Chicago O'Hare Airport, and luckily I got escorted. I got out of the Hancock building through the back. I don't know. They put me in
that was where it's happened.
Yeah, it happened in the John Hancock, 60th floor, 6002.
Isn't that the second tallest building in the world?
Not in the world, in Chicago.
Oh, in Chicago. Yeah, that's
yeah. Yeah.
Like the Willis Tower and then the John Hancock or something.
I don't know. I don't know the stats on that, but that's a good question, Tiff. I believe it's the second. It was pretty tall, and the spiders were gigantic in the windows. It was terrifying when you see a guy like coming up on one of those window washing gurney thing, or those platforms, and start scraping away, and you see these giant spiders like crawl away, and then they crawl back like they didn't get me. But
having to deal with sudden loss leads to a lot of things like fear of abandonment and subliminal stuff, and fear of commitment, fear of intimacy, and not knowing, just because of the sudden loss, knowing that we could lose something that we love so much can really traumatize and affect the DNA in the brain. So it's
see, that's the thing. You're a licensed therapist, whereas I'm not. And when I say that dumbest guy in the world just looks at a butterfly and can't figure out why he's happy, I didn't really, I don't know if I have those kind of, I should work on myself a little more. I do go to therapies. I did.
We've got some questions from the listeners. John, this is Les Lovinson. John, what are your thoughts on eliminating stigma on mental health, I'm assuming?
Stigmata? Is that the one you have?
Eliminating the controversy of mental health. Like people are crazy or something. Like eliminating
no, what are your thoughts on eliminating it?
Like what I'm doing right now, like with this show.
Well, I mean, I think it's identifying
ending the stigma on mental health.
Oh, what a question. I would say you would have to, it's identifying it, and that's what we're trying to do. That's what you got to try and figure out. How about this? The people that think, I don't need that, I don't have feelings, I don't know, it didn't affect me at all. Okay, it didn't affect you. Didn't affect you one bit at all. But let's say, for the sake of, I don't know, alternate universe, what if it did? Wouldn't you want to just check it out? Just check it out and see. Open up the book, see what it says. Yeah. And then if you're like, oh, all right, I'll open it up. Just read something about it. And then you can answer, it didn't affect me, didn't do anything. But at least you can identify it. It is, so I said the dumbest man in the world looking at a butterfly, making him happy. The book or talking about it or talking to somebody is basically what they're doing is describing the picture that you should be seeing, and you having to come back and say, okay, I can see that. You're right. I guess. I don't talk to people at work, but I never talk to people at work.
There's a lot of times people don't want to face what's really happened and they want to brush it under the rug, but those problems will resurface later.
Yeah.
Because it's always in the back of our mind. And the more we talk about it, the more we heal. And then there's a lot of people that just, I don't need to deal with it. I don't need to think about it. But then they're self-medicating, or they're taking it out on their family, or they're projecting it at work, or they're getting easily triggered and irritated, and irritability faces up and rises up, and so many other things. Whereas if they were feeling supported and healed and not alone, then those things can be it doesn't always just go away, but it can be seen differently where it's not as painful,
maybe they should. I'm thinking, maybe the word, therapy or psycho or mental health, that all frightens them and says, whoa, that's way too advanced for me. Why don't we try philosophizing? Let's have a philosophy about it. It's that philosophy is it's just thinking it's nothing real. It's all we're just philosophizing. So let's philosophize that you aren't talking to people because you witnessed a horrific car accident and you won't wear your seatbelt anymore. Let's philosophize, say that maybe it has something to do with that. And they'd be like, oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe baby steps. Jeez, as I say, I'm not a licensed therapist, but I would
think
say
that back in the day, the media really put a spin on the stigma of mental health, like with the One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
yeah,
and The Shining, and all that stuff. And a lot of people blame that on mental health, which
right.
You don't have to be crazy, and I don't like the word crazy at all, to seek help from a counselor, basically to talk about a problem so that there isn't any residue. It helps save marriages. If you're having problems at work, an adjustment disorder, stress, anxiety, things like that, especially during this pandemic, a lot of people are experiencing anxiety and depression, and there's not enough mental health providers there to help people. And I know that you were gracious enough to come on the show to talk with ending the stigma on mental health. I didn't have to beg too much or use guilt trip, but at the same time, but it's different now because people look up to you, and you're saying ending the stigma on mental health, that it's okay to talk. Then, it might help somebody say, you know what, if he's doing it, then maybe I should too. And I just lost him. And anyway, so it's very important for us to end the stigma of mental health and to believe in what we are doing to work on ourselves. Because if we, like I was saying before, everything has a trauma, and if we don't work on ourselves, then things will resurface. And there's no shame in seeking help. There's no shame in saying it's okay. I'm not okay. And it doesn't mean that there's a mental health illness. It doesn't mean you're going to get labeled. It doesn't mean that there's always labeled. And if so, just because it's invisible and we don't see it doesn't mean that it's not there. So like the analogy, if you had a broken arm, would you put a cast on it? And it's visible. If you had something visible, would you want to fix it physically, everything? And if we didn't, it might be broken still, but it might not ever work the same. So why not work on our mind when our mind's most important? And what happened to you, John?
Power guy. They have roving power outages here in California, which is wonderful.
It's
and they chose not to do it.
If you turn your phone landscape, that would be awesome. And then we can see you.
Right, let me do this.
We're going to take a break and fix this, and we'll be back with moments. There you go. And be back with moments of clarity in just a moment. It's okay. I just had to babble for a minute. We'll be back with moments of clarity in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
The Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Are you having trouble staying sober after you've completed rehab and need a positive environment to help you continue sobriety? At Real Recovery Sober Living, we strive in both community and environment for men in early sobriety to help support you while in early recovery. For only $750 a month, we cover everything you need when it comes to a safe, clean, and accountable environment necessary for success in sobriety. Check out our website at realrecoveryfl.com. That's realrecoveryfl.com. We have 6 locations in Tampa, St. Petersburg, Clearwater, Brandon, North Tampa, and Bradenton, because everyone deserves a quality, sober living.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werhner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hi, and welcome back. And if you're just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and your host. And I lost my guest, but I'm going to recap of what we were just talking about. So I had John Farley, and the brother of Chris Farley, Saturday Night Live's, and beloved, who has a Hollywood star on his on Hollywood Boulevard. John's the brother. Those are his 3 brothers. And he lost his brother at age 33, which is really, really sad. And found him. And sudden loss can really impact how we affect our trauma, our brain, everything, how we handle situations that can really affect how we see the world. And we can victimize or we can be survivors in so many ways. And it's how it affects us and it defines our character. And if you feel like you're still damaged from anything that's going on in life, then please seek help. It's okay to not be okay. And we've got John on the phone. I guess I lost you. John, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Tiffy. I'm so sorry. There's rolling power outages in California, and they do it once in a while, and looks like we've hit right at the wrong time for you.
It's okay. As long as we got you back. I was just talking about how trauma can affect us. Benjamin from YouTube says the idea of seeking help can lead to diagnosis, which some could fear limiting their ability to be in certain career fields because of the stigma, and can make people hesitate to seek help. I disagree. They're not allowed to look at your medical records or anything like that. It shouldn't impair. In fact, it'll help you reach your fuller potential, because employers should support employees to seek help because it'll raise their numbers. There's going to be less sick days, less call outs, everything like that. And actually can have the employee more loyal and responsible to attending their work and everything. Because most of the time when people aren't genuinely sick and they call out sick to work, it's because of a mental health issue. If there's a problem at home, a fight with going through a divorce or things that are going on at home, and just depression happens all the time. So John, I was showing while you were gone some pictures of you. I don't know if you can watch while on the phone, but this.
Now the power just came back on, so
you're welcome to pop back on, and we'll just roll with it. You gotta love live radio, right? And you do improv, so you know how this works. And so if you pop back on with the computer, I can pop you on the screen. It says his beautiful wife, myself, that's my cousin, and while we're on Hollywood Boulevard, I made a star for myself. It's a Tiffany Werhner. It's like,
Yeah, you did. I love it. That's so sweet. The microphone.
This is me trying to look cool and John photobombing me.
That was at
the Roosevelt
Hotel. The Roosevelt Hotel, where old Hollywood used to mingle, and I don't know what else they do.
So if you can get back on your computer and come back virtually, that would be best if you can.
I know. I'm going to, Tiffy, as soon as what do they call that, modem or whatever kicks back in. Takes a while to get all 3 green lights back on. What do we got? We only have one. We only have power on.
Okay, we can still talk. So talk to me about what's going on with you now with your career. I know that you and Jennifer are putting together another thing, and you have a movie coming out that's on demand November 26th, right after Thanksgiving, Christmas versus the Walters. You want to talk a little bit about that? Because it's a holiday movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's in Regal Theaters at the moment, but it's going on demand November 26th. It was a great fun movie. We shot in the middle of COVID. Holy God! I flew out to Long Island and we shot this movie. I play a animal control person, and there's a dog that they're all trying to catch. So I'm running around. Chris Elliott's in it. You remember him from? He's got a new that show Schitt's Creek. Very funny show. A lot of Emmys won. So he was also on Saturday Night Live with Chris.
Oh yeah.
My brother. So Chris Elliott is in it. You've got a lot of other guys. Oh shoot. There's a lot of other Shawnee Smith. She was in Summer School, I believe. My scenes were mostly with me and a dog, so I didn't get to interact with many. Me and Shawnee did a scene together. But it was it's a movie about this family, the Walters, and how they have to deal with getting Christmas. Christmas time can be quite traumatic. Correct.
For a lot of families, if you don't like them, or the people that really put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah. So I think Bruce Dern's in it. I don't think he is in it. There's a lot of other fun actors and comedians in this movie. And it. Let me see if I can get back online. Oh, it's still spinning.
But I mean, you're still working. There's probably a lot of stress in between jobs too, because commercials, and I mean, I've seen you on several. We'll just be watching, my family will be watching TV and goes, "Oh, there's Johnny!" Like it's just kind of like an Easter egg pops up. Commercials or just like the Jack and Jill movie with Adam Sandler. You offer Robert. I can't get his name right now. Al Pacino a hot dog to Adam Sandler from Al Pacino. Like,
oh my God, yeah, that was fun. It was Al Pacino and Johnny Depp were in the scene with me.
Yeah,
that was kind of fun.
That's the one.
That was a movie where I was supposed to be playing a bigger part, and during rewrites, so they offered me a big role, and then they cut the role out. They go, "Sorry, Johnny." And Sandler's always nice enough. Most people in Hollywood would be like, "Sorry, maybe next time." Sandler will always find you something. We'll get you something. Don't worry, Johnny. We want you on the movie. We want you in the movie. So
you always get paid for the time you spent filming.
No, yeah.
I think it's funny. I've had guests on the show before that do voices for animations and stuff, and then their speaking part gets cut, and it's a cartoon.
Yeah.
And they're like, "So I'm in the credits above a tree." But their part was cut, so like they're not really actually in the movie because the animated figurine is of them, but their voice is not.
Right.
That that would be. I mean, but you're still in the part. What part got cut? Out of curiosity.
I don't know what the part was back in Jack and Jill because they never really told me.
Well, you were supposed to. You didn't actually film it, and then it got cut. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
How does that feel though? To like, it's almost kind of like losing a job or something when you get something and then they cut it. That's that. I mean, it must feel kind of rejection in a way.
Oh yeah, a little bit. It does. I got cut out of a lot of Rob Schneider movies, which was those are always tough. Like I think Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo, I got cut out of. But that was fun though. I got to shoot in Amsterdam for a month.
That's cool.
Oh yeah.
The Benchwarmers, you had to walk around in tidy whities with inner tube around you most of the time, which is pretty funny. But
oh my god, yeah! Thank God
it wasn't winter then.
Oh god, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, actually, it wouldn't matter. It's god awful. I had to. Oh wait, did I do it?
Yes, you did. Can you hang up the phone and let's see if we can get you on here.
All right.
Yay!
All right, we did it.
The top of your head's cut off, but besides that, we're back.
Hang on. Let me see if I got. There we go.
Talk about ad lib. I should be
Holy
like
Toledo, Tiffy.
Put me on my toes having to improv there.
I know you got you on your toes there. You got you going. So I did. Yeah, that was always fun. What other movies? Benchwarmers. I just did a movie that comes out on Netflix. A friend called Home Team. That'll be fun. And then I just a couple months ago.
When does it come out on Netflix?
The one on Netflix that's coming up is called the movie coming up on Netflix is called Home Team, and it's about the head coach of the New Orleans Saints, Sean Payton, when he was suspended for headhunting, which is headhunting in professional football. Tiff is when the guy says, "Hey, I'll give you 50 grand if you go out and take out the knees of that quarterback." And I guess it's a common practice in the professional football league, but I think Sean Payton had a flow chart with like, "You'll get this money," and they're all like, "Hey, you can't do that." So they suspended him for it, and he went back to Western Texas, where he's from, and coached his kids' 8th grade football team. And they were a bad team, not very good, but with his coaching and their heart, their drive, they got all the way to the championship, which is kind of cute, kind of fun.
And when does it come out?
That comes out on Netflix January 26th.
We've got 5 minutes left, so I want to recap.
Oh my God.
To promote you. Please follow John on Facebook and Instagram, John P. Farley, but also on Instagram, they're starting a company called Speech and Improv Space.
Yeah, you guys go to Speech and Improv Space, and
Instagram.
we are going to set up. We're putting up funny T-shirts right now.
And I hope he's not frozen. Don't play with me anymore. Anyway, Speech and Improv Space, and then
the IEP process. I don't know what IEP means, but IEP.
We froze for a minute.
I know, it's so freezing.
I didn't hear you for like 30 seconds, but we're just going to wrap up.
Now we're back.
Speech and Improv Space.
Speech and Improv Space. Go to that
on November 26th, and Home Team on Netflix coming up. And yes. Johnny, thank you so much for being on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. It's been an honor, and thank you for being so intimate and transparent and sharing about everything loss and grief and loss and how we can overcome it and still thrive. And you're making a wonderful career for yourself. And,
thanks, Tiffy. You are too, my gosh. This is helping a lot of people.
Even with the loss of your family, you're John Farley. You're doing wonderful.
Thank you, Tiffy. You are too. Your mom and dad would both be very proud.
Thank you. And likewise, I'm sure.
I know. Sorry about the roving blackout, folks. But definitely keep watching Tiff. And then
I had a feeling somehow I was like waiting for you to embarrass me, but it was unintentional.
Well, we could go back to Jennifer and
Time to
your
go.
Remember when you made out with my friend?
Hey, time to go. It's
Are you sure
we
we
have 2
wanted to
minutes
go away? He
left,
was going to be my
and
best man, and then Tiffany. I don't know why we didn't pick you up at the hotel
thank you
were
for
at.
watching Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. We'll be
Well,
back
fucking
every
Tiffany
Thursday and Friday. Shut up, John. We'll be back every Thursday and Friday, 12 to 1 Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you tomorrow. We have a show with someone overcoming chronic illness, and we'll be talking about that as well. And now that she's an executive of Wego Health, helping so many people as well. And
speechandimprovspace.com. Go to it.
Speechandimprovspace.com.
Yeah.
And please follow them on Instagram. And if you're watching the show on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and give the show a like. Same with Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter. And please share the show with your friends. Thank you so much for listening, ending the stigma on mental health. And John, you did a great job. And thanks for calling in and then coming back in and dealing with power outage.
That was my moment of clarity. Ring the bell, Tippy. Hey, I got the bell.
I was slow on that one because I was waiting for you to say something after that. But yay, moment of clarity.
So
And,
you guys, stay strong out there, and believe me, you're not alone, and don't be alone. That's not going to help. So get out there and talk to somebody. That's the best way to best way to help yourself, and it's also the best way to if you don't think anything's wrong, why not give just a couple Q&A to somebody that might that's in the field, and just I don't know. You might want to flip up that rock and see if you can find a worm or something. You never know.
Be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through.
Smile goes a long way.
We'll see you every Thursday and Friday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Thank you so much.
Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, you're so alive. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear